Hello and welcome to the Indian Classical Guitar Academy. Today we're going to delve into the otherworldly Raag Marva and how it creates the most unique sense of tonality. To access the whole course, become a member of the Indian Classical Guitar Academy, visit indianclassicalguitar.com. For now, enjoy the lesson. Okay, so to delve into Raag Marva, first of all, I would say that Raag Marva has, to me, the most unique sense of tonality in the entire known universe of music. Raag Marva has something very special about it, which is distinctly different to any other rag, and to me distinctly different to any other melodic sort of tonal concept that I've ever heard in any other style of music, whether it's jazz or flamenco or whatever it is. Raag Marva is absolutely unique, and it has a very, very special atmosphere and character that it creates. What's peculiar about the rag is that it actually has a sense of dual tonality. Now, dual tonality is actually a concept of modern classical music, Western classical music, where you can have two different keys that are present at the same time. And this almost seems a little bit against your sort of common belief about tonal center. The usual sense is that there's just one tonal center and that your ears are drawn to one note as being the focal note. So you can't really have too much of a disagreement or argument about what key you're in for a piece of music. But dual tonality is this idea that two different points can simultaneously have a sense of musical gravity that actually point the listener's ears into two sort of parallel conclusions about where the tonal center really rests. And it's not that easy to create something like that actually still also sounds kind of concordant and that still has it still feels good. It still sounds like there's, some strength to it, and it has a kind of natural order. So in the drone, you normally just have the first and the fifth. But in Raag Marva, instead of the fifth, it has the sixth note in the drone. So instead of a sa and pa in Indian music, it has a sa and da. I'll just play some of the phrases for you. Okay, so a lot of attention back to that da. Da holds that kind of sense of resolution. It sounds more like a home. And because of the way the scale works, we get da, ni, re, which is technically the sixth, seventh, and then the flat 2. Re is a strong note, so da is the vadi, and then re, Komal re, there is the samvadi, which is the second most important note. And the relationship there between the Da and Re is like a major third. So that note is the most curious note in the whole of music to me that I've come across, because it sounds like a bit like a major third. Because the da ni re, but then in relationship to the root sa, it's a flat second. So it sounds a bit like a major third, but it also feels like a flat second, and that's very peculiar because they are very, very different intervals. I mean, sometimes a fifth can sound like a fourth, or even a sixth can sound like a third. Sometimes if they're flipped around upside down, those you get the inversion of those intervals. But to make a flat second sound like a major third is a real bit of magic. It's a bit of a magic trick, I think. So, and you really lean on that note coming down as well. There's a da ma ga re. But then when you come back to sa, then that feels much more complete. And again, moving da. It doesn't sound like a suspended note. Like da, the sixth note normally sounds suspended, but this one sounds more rooted because of the drone. So just this kind of whole relationship between that da ni re is so kind of mysterious and unsettling, and at the time of the rag is the twilight, so it has this sense of being between those two worlds, that dual nature of it's not quite day, it's not quite night. So it's that twilight rag, and it's just so interesting how it technically actually creates that approach, that it creates that effect through actually a very it sort of, from a music theory point of view, it technically points you to being at a transition or a sort of parallel existence between that duality of day and night, and all of that's kind of fully encompassed in the rag. So I don't know again if the musicians who first kind of dreamed up these rags or channeled them, or however they appeared, I don't know if they were consciously trying to do that, or trying to having a concept that we are going to kind of create a sense of dual tonality, and that's going to represent day and night. I mean, I don't think that they meant to do it like that quite so literally, but I think just through experimenting and trying all different possibilities, I think that just the pure phenomena of having the combinations of those notes together created that awe, that sense of being between day and night, that twilight sound. If you want to start one of these courses, you can buy them individually, or you can subscribe monthly to access all of them. For subscribers, there will be new content every month, including live streams where we can answer your personal questions and go into more detail about applying this material. So far we've covered Raag Yaman, Raag Bageshri, Jog, Hamsadwani, Kafi and Raag Malkans, and there's much more to come. This body of work is a culmination of the 18 years experience I have as a guitar teacher, combined with the knowledge acquired through studying the sitar directly, and then adapting that material using the guitar techniques that suit this style best. To create these courses and gather the most authentic material possible, I work closely with other Indian classical musicians such as Manish Pingle and Gurudeng Riot. I'd like to give a special thanks to my guru Roopa Panesar, who's guided me in the creation of these courses. Much of the material has been adapted directly from my training with her. Also Shakir Khan, my guru, who's been inspiring me immensely and continues to shape how I approach the instrument and this incredible world of Indian classical music. So So come and join us at the Indian Classical Guitar Academy to start this journey. The first 50 subscribers will get a reduced price every month for the whole duration of their membership. So come and be one of the first guitar players to realise what it means to be an Indian classical musician.